Okay, we are here with Dennis McGeehan, who has bought his second edition of The Diaries of Joseph and Mary, and this is such a cool concept and such a cool idea for a book. So Dennis, what gave you the idea to do a book of this nature?
Well, actually, at the time, I was working for another Catholic company as a writer, and I was supposed to write tweets as if I was St. Francis or St. Patrick, and I had to do 5 of them a week, and then the company was going to send those tweets out to junior and senior high school kids. And the purpose of that was to get the kids interested in their faith, lift them up in their faith. And while I was doing that, I was reading the book about St. Joseph, and it occurred to me, what if Mary and Joseph kept a diary while all this was going on? What would that look like? And that was the origins of the book.
Perhaps, in fact, yeah, they would. That's true, because unlike St. Francis, they wouldn't, given the situation, they wouldn't be tweeting this stuff out.
No, it was a little bit before Twitter and.
No, but I'm saying if Twitter had existed, because it was such a scandalous situation for both of them in terms of how Judaism looked at it, you wouldn't tweet it out. You'd have a diary. Yeah.
Well, also in Joseph's case, he wanted to keep a low profile to protect Mary and to protect Jesus also too.
And for Joseph, and this is something I've mentioned with other interviewers, I often think that Joseph sometimes gets short shift because Mary had the direct contact with the angel. Mary was given the choice and Mary accepted it. Joseph had to trust Mary, had to trust his dream, and it wasn't until the shepherds show up that everything that he's been told is confirmed, at least as far as we know in Scripture.
Right. Joseph was just very attuned to what God was trying to tell him, which that's one of his great spiritual qualities. But he was unsure. But then, like you said, the shepherds show up, the magi show up, and then he's told by an angel in another dream to fly to Egypt because Herod's trying to kill the child.
Now, in one respect, as a man, it's probably easy to put yourself in the mind of Joseph. How hard was it to put yourself in the mind of Mary for this?
More difficult. In fact, that's why I'm researching Joseph. I can relate better to a man. Mary's the Queen of Heaven. She stands at the top of everything. And I think in that effect, and because she's a woman, I feel hesitant to try to get really close to her, which is probably a problem as a Catholic, but Joseph, I just feel more comfortable with. Like he would understand how a man feels and how a man reacts to certain situations.
And this would certainly have been a situation for Joseph to react with. Well, the book this is the second edition, by the way,
correct,
of The Diaries of Joseph and Mary, Dennis McGeehan, and where can people find this?
It's on Amazon. You could also order it through other bookstores, but it's available through like Barnes & Noble and such.
And do you have a website to promote it as well?
I have a website. It's called www.warriorsworlddad. It's actually my blog site, but on that website you can read excerpts of the chapters from this book.
So you'll want to go there and check that out. Dennis McGeehan, thank you so much for your time. All right.